Scouty's back in this video, y'all. I don't know if you can see her. She's just gonna be on my lap. Alright. Welcome back to Lark on the Street. I'm Lark and this is my channel. Yeah, welcome. If you want to preface my video, please follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And yeah, cool. Today I thought I would do like a little casual chat because I found out my new hearing aid do Bluetooth to my phone, and that's just incredible. First of all, one, because I struggle with finding headphones or earbuds that I can actually listen to music in, and the most recent I have is my Beats headphones, and like they have like 120 plus dB, which means that I can, you know, hear a little bit, but it's still not like my level of volume. So I've only heard the bass sound or sometimes the rap. It just depends on the song, depends on the person. Yeah, but when I connected my hearing aids to my phone, and now I'm listening to music and I'm finally hearing the vocals. I'm finally hearing the layering, and it's just incredible. So I just thought I would just tell you guys how awesome that's been for me. I spent the last 2-3 days solely listening to music and ignoring my homework. But we don't talk about that. Just solely listening to music and just feeling all of the stuff that I've missed. Well, I wouldn't say missed, but I mean, I've just never been able to feel with regular earbuds. Just that, it was just an incredible discovery, so I was really happy to find that. Anyways, next topic is, I just heard of this thing called crab theory, which is, picture crabs in a bucket, and there are a bunch of crabs in there, and one crab tries to make its way out. And like most crabs will grab the person trying to get out and want to get out too, but it will drag it back down, and as a result, no crab leaves the bucket. That happens in real life too, like with many humans, but I've just noticed that this crab theory happens a lot to deaf people. Crab theory is based on the metaphor of what happens when you put several crabs together in a bucket. The crabs crawl over each other trying to get out of the bucket, and in the process none of them escape because they keep pulling each other back down. And like, many communities struggle with it, as I said, but for the long time, like when it was more difficult for deaf people to become successful due to discrimination, because ableism, autism, an invisible standard or status quo for deaf people, which is what I'm reading. And it's interesting because I have experienced this. So like, it's like the idea that like a deaf person is like hearing minded, like hear think.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Like, I know, like for me, I grew up mainstreamed. I grew up with hearing aids. I never wanted a cochlear implant because I would change how I interact with my environment, and I love signing. It's easier for me than speaking, but I grew up with hearing people and I don't want to like give that up because like some of them are friends, and I work as a professional dancer in the hearing world, so I guess I would be labeled as hearing minded to some deaf. However, I want to change that. I want all deaf to like be connected and be together, because just like, why put down people in your own community for being a little different? We were already experiencing that from hearing people. Why from your own people, from deaf? Yeah, I never understood that, but reading this, it makes sense. Growing up, I always felt like I wasn't deaf enough, or like I wasn't like allowed to call myself deaf with a capital D, but that I was more hard of hearing. But like looking at my audiograms, I have the most profound loss, like out of all of the qualifications. Mine is like the highest. So just because I'm hearing-minded in crab theory doesn't mean I'm not deaf enough. I just grew up and learned differently. And this turned into a rant, but it was interesting to read that. I don't like the idea that we'd be different, like already in like an able-bodied world. Deaf people are looked down upon, even though we're just the same, just we can't hear, okay? When I met my first deaf friend in Vancouver, that was the first time I really met someone who was deaf. And like I really felt like I fit into the community. Like I didn't feel like my signing was awful, and I didn't feel like I was alone. And it was a bunch of dancers too, so we were all like like-minded. So it's really wonderful when I found the deaf community. Like I was always looking for the deaf community, but I never had access. So like when I first met other deaf people in Vancouver, that was just the most wonderful experience to me. So let me know your thoughts about crab theory. If you've experienced that in your life, that would be interesting to read about. But yeah, I just wanted to say that I found a new thing on my hearing aid that let me listen to music on my phone. So, woo! Super cool. Anyways, this is a short, simple video for today. So, thank you guys for watching. She's just chilling. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!